Travers and Coster in the booth, first 125. Hey, Brian, this one's brought to you by Orthoflex.
Custom bracing, the champion's choice for bracing. Dangerous Don goes to 5, Travs.
Oh, that's it. This is my favorite time of year. Gate is down, Brian. Coming to that corner. Who's going to shot?
40-plus riders. It's a fast sweeper. We've got Lockridge and Nelson. This is the story in this class.
Beautiful shot as they come underneath the bridge. I'm going to give the whole shot to Jimmy Nelson. That's the MX Performance whole shot.
You can see Kyle beating a decent start. Todd Minnie, look at the Pacific guys. We even got young Brad McLean. He's in the top 5.
Lockridge gets by Nelson. He's in first. Lacey in third, Brian. Good start for him.
Blackfoot's going to be happy with that. That jump actually is the same jump where Casey Johnson got hurt 2 years ago.
Lockridge underneath the bridge, starting to pull away from Nelson, but not a whole lot. Beaten with a great start. I love, oh, look at that. Who's down?
Oh, that's Brad McLean. Fasciati just passed him big time, took out his front wheel. Fasciati was coming through there in another time zone. Poor Brad McLean, though, just upended him.
Fasciati now moving up on Minnie. Tough break for Brad McLean. Looks like he got a good start in that moto.
The kid's riding the best I've ever seen him ride this year. His dad owns the team, and the kid's really proven himself this season, Mark.
Platt was moving up on Jamie Kennedy. Now Fasciati into the whoops. Does he have Minnie? Great line on the outside. Brian, multiple lines through those whoops. That's why I like those.
Yeah, that whole section, this whole track actually, you know, in most tracks there's one good line, but there's so many alternates here. And look how smooth the track is. Early in the day, first moto, Lockridge, gone.
Johnny Weiner with a good line over the jump on his approach. Oh, and he brushes Johnsgaard off the track.
Johnsgaard's the only guy out there riding a TM motorcycle.
Yeah, you're right. Very interesting point back to Lacey.
Oh, look at Lacey just fighting for traction out there in this Nanaimo circuit. The track's been watered, prepped just beautifully. And here we go. Bart Stevenson up on Todd Minnie.
With that pass, Stevenson now in 6th place. A good start for Minnie, though, Brian. Young riders got to get up there and challenge.
Yeah, very likable kid. He's been working hard this year. Hey, it's good to see Brad McLean back up after Fasciati punted him right out of the corner. See if he can get back for top 10. That's where he belongs.
Nice move on the inside. Takes care of Howie Spencer on that whole shot. Honda, Proc, Navy in the mix. Some good battling in this 125 West, Brian. Some good riders in here.
Great camera angle of our 2nd place rider. That's Jimmy Nelson. That's the guy Lockridge is worried about for the championship. Jimmy Nelson scrubbing some. All these guys, they want to scrub height. They do that funky body English off the jump to stay low. And it backfires on Jimmy Nelson in a big way. You know, I've not seen that happen in a long time where a guy scrubbing puts himself face down.
Well, he was in 2nd place right there, Brian. And this is Nelson in a pitch. You watch him on the track. He's doing this all the time.
He does it everywhere. A lot of these guys, see, look how he lands. Just not quite right. Just, oh, classic high side. That has got to hurt. Even with the body armor on, that ground is like cement. He's up, top-notch paramedic staff here. He looks okay, but at this level, 4 races for the championship, you can't be punting yourself onto the ground. Trackside dog.
All right, Dan, Clearbuck Yamaha. Kyle's on the gas. He's got his hard rival from amateur days right in front of him. What's he going to do to get him?
Oh, well, just keep pushing him. Just wait for that little mistake to go by him.
We just saw Jimmy Nelson went down, so that means he's in the 4th. He's in podium range. I guess he'll be pretty happy with that, eh?
Be nice to get a podium.
Definitely, right on.
Thank you.
Back to the track with 203. That's Como. Riverside Suzuki. Kuliak on the inside. Does he have him? Oh, great pass for Kuliak. I like the way that he's riding out there, Brian. Top Canadian privateer at the moment.
Yeah, he's improved so much from last year. I can't believe how well he's riding. Look at him here. He's in the whoops. Riding real solid. It's so difficult to get the results in this class, you know. These guys ride their heart out, make a little mistake at the end, and that's it. We go to the battle of Klatt. He got 3rd in the West last year, Mark.
Battling up with number 237, Bart Stevenson. Biggest surprise in the 125 West right now as we see our leader, number 108, Evan Lockridge, on a tear. Klatt is not giving up, though, Brian. You figure 4-stroke better than 2-stroke in some parts on this track.
Yeah, rider. I mean, these bikes are all pretty good. 4-strokes have their advantages. 2-strokes have their advantages. So,
some contact.
You know what? Klatt could have just railed Stevenson. He was too polite. He couldn't even do the step down there. His front tire just touched Stevenson's foot. Klatt could have just T-boned him there if he wanted to.
Back with number 106, Tiger Lacey on the Blackfoot Honda, currently in 2nd place with Nelson going down. Here we are back to Lockridge. This is his final approach, Brian.
Lockridge riding great, but you know what? I got to give a shout to Tiger Lacey. You know, Chris Wheeler's hurting that team. Lacey out there gets 2nd place, switch from 4-stroke to 2-stroke. Lockridge takes it. Lacey gets 2nd. Great ride for those guys.
Vision 1 Motorsports, Evan Lockridge going 3 for 3 now as we get into the top 10 from the first 125 moto. How about Bart Stevenson making it at the 5th? Like to see Lance Rickard in 8th and Nicky Dunn rounding out the top 10.
Ooh, Fasciati and Brad McLean having a chat. They had that big coming together out there. You can see Bill McClay from Pacific. Brett Lee comes in to mediate this whole argument.
Look at Dowlin's face. He doesn't want to hear anything about that nonsense. This is the Extreme Sports Series Canadian Motocross Championships, Nanaimo, British Columbia. Good shot of Craig Decker on the concrete start, getting his tire up to temperature. Looking for some good traction. Hey, Brian was back in the pits, catching up with American Ace. Nice wheelie.
JSR knows most of the tracks we come to. He's definitely on the gas. Does he help you with lines? You guys strategize together, or is it you're at one end and he's at the other end of the trail?
Yeah, it's separate. I mean, we're two guys going for the championship, and if I find a good little line out on the back, I'm not going to tell him, you know?
First 250 moto here from the Wastelands. This one will be brought to you by Yamaha ATVs and accessories. Good shot of the boys on the line as we head out to Double D Dangerous Don with the 30 board to 5. This is a great start. Concrete pad, long sweeper, and the gate is down. Brian, who's going to shot?
40 riders go down. Looks like Decker got a good jump. 109's in there, but Dubé and Lange, they ran out the top 4.
Craig Decker with the MX Performance hole shot. Dubé right on his tail. We know Dubé's a good starter. Let's see if he can hold on, Brian.
Pair of 4 strokes, one Yamaha 100. Darcy Lange tucks on the inside.
Oh,
nice slide, gets the traction. Passes Dubé for second. First lap action.
As the boys funnel through, back up to that back straightaway. Yes, Darcy Lange is in second place. Dubé in third. How about Ryan Gold in fourth place? Great start for our boy
Great
Gold.
start for Goldie. Let's see if he can hold it together. Some fast company up in the top 20 riders in the 250, man. They're all fast contenders.
Did not see Wah or Huffman up there, so we'll have to keep our eyes peeled for those boys. But you know Lange loves this track, Brian. Again, a good start for him.
Double moto wins last year. He beat everyone, including Wah, Morgan, all the guys. He's in second place on his home track. Gotta like it.
Back to the rhythm cam as the boys funnel through. Quite a few riders up there starting to separate now. Looks like Dubé might have fallen back. Lockridge now in third place with Wah up on his heels.
Watch, it makes a pass, yanks a tear off. That's nice.
Look at the tear offs all over the place.
Oh, yeah. Nice FMF corner there into these whoops. Look at Wah. Ooh, he looks like he hit one a bit wrong, but still maintains his edge over Lockridge challenging up the inside. I love this section, man. It's so fast.
We'll have to watch Wah through the whoops, Brian, because he is so smooth and yet they're so rough. So very difficult part of this track. Lange, though, not giving up the ghost on Decker, not letting him get too far away.
Darcy pressing hard now on his home turf. These two great buddies off the track, battling for first place. You gotta like it. They're pulling out a nice gap, too, over Wah here.
Decker with an odd line coming over that jump. He went a little high. Then they crisscross. Lange on the outside, looking for the slingshot. This is his corner, Brian. This is the place where he passed Holland last lap 2 years ago for the win. No way, Decker. Beautiful throttle control with that 4-stroke.
You'll notice Darcy taking absolute alternate lines here because the roost is so brutal and you can't pass the guy when you're following him. So look at Darcy scrubbing speed.
On the rhythm section on the inside, Brian, he makes the pass for the lead with what a great move for Lange.
He out-jumped Decker into the corner. That was sweet. You can see the body anglish off those jumps, just like Jimmy Nelson.
As they drop down into the bowl, Decker is not giving it up. I love that style, though, Brian. He is all business.
Decker is all business. He's certainly not a flashy rider. He just gets the job done. He's so lightning fast. It's deceiving. You see the guy ride, and you don't know he's going as fast as he is. He's so tough.
Here's that pass that Lange made. You're right. He did out-jump him, though, coming into that last
There
section.
it is. Holds the gas on a bit more, and this is where he out-jumps him. Lands right beside Decker. Decker has nowhere to go. Darcy just inherits the inside line. A sweet, well-executed pass by Darcy Lange.
I love the blocking coming into that corner, too. The high bank corner, those guys that come in, block, hold, and then make it. It's just...
Well, Darcy could have taken him right out to the outside of the track over the berm if he wanted to. You know, it's just give and take, you know. It's just how mean you want to be to the guy when you pass him.
Wall now past Decker, moves into second. They've made up a lot of ground on Lange, so this is a great 3-pack battle for the lead. Let's see if Darcy now can maintain his line and hold up the champ, because he's done it in the past. On this track, he has held off Waugh.
Waugh definitely mounting a charge. I'd hate to be Darcy right now. Coming into the FMF whoop section, this has been Waugh's strong point, but Darcy also looks like he's really picking it up through there.
Waugh dropping his head to get out of that roost. It's incredible on this track. Look at the way Darcy's bike is firing it all over Waugh, yet he's following Brian. He's freight training right now.
Some of these sections, there's no choice. Waugh's smart enough to put his head down. He's got the handguards on like we talked about. You gotta have the handguards on this track.
On the inside, did you see the way Darcy went wide? He's going to slingshot. Waugh on the inside, we have him. Lange side by side, up that straightaway, through the triple. Oh, Waugh edges him out on the inside. What a great move. Excellent acceleration. You know what, Darcy? I'm not going to say anything about that because he hung in there, Brian.
He sure did. He didn't have much of a choice there. He had to chop the throttle a bit to tuck in behind Waugh to keep his line, prevent himself from crashing. Let's just see what happens here, though. There's some time left. Darcy knows his track so well. Here it is, reverse angle. Waugh just comes in a bit lower. He gets on the brakes. He's on the inside. And look at the body English of Waugh. He's just fighting for traction, waiting the outside peg. Right there, all his pressure on the outside peg. Lines himself up on the inside of Darcy. Now the track arcs to the right. What's Darcy going to do? Waugh, you can see him just get a little bit of wheelie there. Now this is where Darcy decides to tuck inside. Too little, too late.
Did you see Waugh off that jump with the inside foot off the peg? English. That guy's all about English. I love that stuff. With Huffman as he gets by Lawfridge now. Fisher working up on Lawfridge. Has him on the inside with a great line. Derek Fisher, a fast young Canadian. Brian's got to start showing his stuff in the 250s.
He's showing it right now, man. I've been expecting big things from him. He's our 125 East champ from last year. Spectacular rider, but just he always just seems to have the worst luck. He has the worst crash. Look at Waugh, man. This guy is the magician slash tactician.
As we look at the gap back to Lange in second, Decker in third. Oh no, Hagseth out. That rib's got to be bothering him, Brian. Maybe the thumb.
His thumb was looking pretty angry at the start of the day. Didn't have a good feeling for him. Look at our boy Goldie and Treadwell. Both on KTM, both good buddies off the track. Treadwell actually, is giving Goldie a lot of support this year.
Treadwell on the inside blows Goldie a little wide. That's 4-stroke for Treadwell, 2-stroke for Goldie. Back to Cerny. Looks like DeHaan and Klatt. Dusty Klatt showing some medal in the 250s, Brian.
Awesome battle for 8th place. DeHaan pulls it out on these guys. Klatt, there he is. I call Klatt the man with silent speed. He's always lurking around. And when you watch him ride, he's so smooth, doesn't really look like he's going fast.
Making their way through the red zone, Brian. Look at that. Klatt gets by Cerny, back to the jet. Oh, just about lost it as he approached the whoop. Regains, mounts it, back on it.
Regains control. You can see him maybe tap the brake in midair. Treadwell now on Dubé, pair of 4-strokes, big 525 KTM on the 450 Honda.
Again back into the red zone. Dubé looking tentative at times. Right there, though, on the gas. Treadwell coming back from that bronchial infection.
Yeah, he looks like he's coming back hard. Back to the battle with Fisher and Lawfridge. These guys are not, I stress, are not teammates. Completely different Suzuki camps, completely different bike suspension. Fisher here, showing what he's made of, getting the better of Lawfridge at this point.
Right now, Brian, I'd say Derek Fisher is the young Canadian that we're all pointing our hopes to, maybe handing the mantle to right now.
Yeah, all the stories been Lange. Lange is growing up now. Fisher's the next young gun. Ooh!
Coming back on the inside. Never count out the bulldog. And it's got the stones. The battle for second still raging as we get to the backside straightaway, Brian. Again, that odd line for Decker going up on that little lip. Lange on the inside, Decker going for the slingshot. Brian, when I watch Lange ride, arena cross, he's got that block passes down everywhere.
Yeah, he's not afraid of close contact. They're practically side by side here. This is for second. Decker looks like he's really determined out there on the big 450 Emma. As we go to the FMF Power Camp, look at that shot of Fisher in the whoops. I love that shot.
That man was on at the gas to the champ, who looks very comfortable in first place right now, Brian.
Wide total control of this moto. Mesley coming up on Lockhart. Mesley had some problems earlier in the race. Remember last weekend, Lockhart's the guy that had to push his bike over the checkered flag. Mesley was encouraging him. Now they're battling on the racetrack.
Yeah, good buddies for sure. Back to the battle for second. Decker not giving Lange any breathing room as they head into those FMF whoops. Back to Mesley. Looks like he's got by Lockhart. Now he's got Ryan Gauld in the sights through the rhythm section. Very similar to the Lange pass as he gets by Gauldy.
Gauldy just not riding the way he can. I know he's had all kinds of demons with the back brake, and on this track, you don't have your back brake, you're just going to get passed consistently.
Look at this Decker moving up on Lange. Does he have him? Let's see the lines. Decker goes inside Lange for the slingshot. Does he have the comebacker? No way. Craig Decker finally makes that pass stick. Brian, they were going at it in that corner all race long.
You can see Decker look back. Usually when a guy looks back, he gets past. Decker in command. Darcy, I think, I can see his shoulders are kind of a bit lower. I think he's, that's it. This moto's closing right down. Darcy will not make up that ground.
Well, I mean, that's a tough place to slide out. Well, we've been talking about slippery this track as the riders constantly talk about maintaining traction. As we look at Damon Huffman, you want to talk about form. Elbows up, right? Just like Pomeroy, eh? Elbows up.
Just like our series sponsor, Style Master. Damon Huffman is the Style Master.
No doubt about it. With Decker and Lange getting their last lap flag, that puts our champ, John Sebastian on his final approach, in total control right now, Brian.
That makes 3 moto wins for 3 motos for JSR, Travis.
Total dominance in the 250 class, just like Lawbridge in the 125.
What a race you put on out there. Tell us a little about it.
It was great. I got a pretty good start, and I was able to get up front real quick, try to have a clean track because it's really muddy out there. But I think Darcy and Craig put a better show than me, battling for second and third. I look at it once in a while. It was awesome. So good show for the spectator.
Darcy, man, we thought you had second in the bag there.
Yeah, I felt real good. I felt Craig on me the whole race, and I was just riding a little tight and taking some pretty conservative lines, and he snuck by me, and it was a good, clean pass. And that's off to Juan and Decker. They're both riding really good, and hopefully next moto I can get up there and put my Richmond Racing Pro Circuit Fox Kawasaki in front of me.
What technique do you got to use to get the bike to hook up out there, to get the rear tire to bite, not slide out too much?
Well, first of all, you have to put some Michelin tire on your bike, and then that was the easy one.
Digging the freestyle in the armchair Cynics. Ooh, my. The climbing wall up and running. Blair Morgan, we're going to miss you, man.
When I was talking to Bart in round 1 last week, first thing he said to me was old school, number 237, back in the National Series. One of the top riders we've seen in this country is Bart Stevenson. Now, Bart, talk to us about the layoff and the fact that you're back and you're attacking both the 125 and the 250 pros this year.
I had a year off. My shoulder got hurt. Riverside Yamaha picked me up, Pro Action suspension, and we've been digging deep this year. After taking a year off, I've been working hard and hopefully coming out to put my Yamahas up front.
Second 125 on the line, Brian, with the Dangerous Don with the 30 board up.
That's right, toll booth Travers. The second 125 brought to you by Honda and the very fine folks at Blackfoot Racing.
Oh, I like that kind of stuff. Getting ready, and the gate is down, Brian. Oh my, number 993, Donnie Wynette with a whole shot.
His gate came down before everyone else's. What a timing job, but Donnie wanted. He wanted it. He's got the whole shot.
He won it all right. Oh no, quickly, Tracy Johnson, number 156 on the Pack Yamaha, moves his way into first place. Bart Stevenson looks like he was into second.
A sea of 250Fs up in the front of this moto as Tracy Johnson, he's happy to be out front.
Oh, great start for Tracy Johnson. He's a great rider on the Pacific Yamaha team. Looks good up front though, I like to see that.
Yeah, we expected big things from Tracy Johnson. I know team manager Bill McLean did also. He's delivering so far in this moto. Love this overhead shot.
Oh, look at that. Jimmy Spencer goes down. He was freight train right behind Limburner. Very slick out there with that rain, Brian.
Yeah, I was just going to iterate that. We had a heavy downpour just before this moto. They didn't overwater, folks. This is Mother Nature's watering system going on.
Evan Loffridge currently in second place. He's got Bart Stevenson all over him. So Loffridge quickly on a tear. Brian, it doesn't matter about the conditions. That guy's on it. Dusty Klatt with a problem mid-track.
I'd have to say that the 250s might be better suited to this slick Nanaimo soil. There it is, an example. Tracy Johnson, right on the inside of Lothridge, puts him in a first place with that tractable four-stroke power.
Well, the Pacific Yamaha team has got a complete line of four-strokes. They love those bikes. And right now, Tracy Johnson, their second rider on the team, holding off Lothridge. Not for long, though. The Bulldog on the inside.
The Bulldog's his U.S. Arena Cross handle. He's proving he is the Bulldog. Shoves himself into first place yet again.
Let's see if Johnson can maintain some line, stay in second as we get back to Kyle Beaton and Jimmy Nelson. Nelson on the inside, still scrubbing speed there, Bryce, still scrubbing speed.
He didn't spook himself the first moto. Kid's tough as nails to rebound from such a hard crash. Puts it to Kyle Beaton. You know, Kyle Beaton's the only Yamaha that's a 125 in this moto.
Moving back in the pack, we have number 84, Dustin Priddy, holding off Klatt. Priddy's a good young Western rider. Brian, like to see him in the mix.
Look, and there's Spencer, all covered in mud. The guy, he's coming back too. People watch Spencer. He keeps his bars so low. Pretty bizarre to watch him ride, but he's, you know, he gets the job done.
Loffridge still in the lead as we get back to the straightaway, roadside straightaway. Conditions starting to dry up with the sun. Jimmy Spencer, hands full of Klatt, still handing him a little bit of business there, right?
Here comes Jimmy Nelson on the move. This is for fourth place, passing Jerry Limburner for position. Limburner riding outstanding there. Another 250 up.
Limburner from Alaska, top American privateer, is Priddy. Lets Klatt go on the inside. Dusty Klatt's got to get on the gas, Brian. He needs some points in this series.
He does. You can see Spencer still trailing with the muddy shoulder. These guys are just outside the top 10. Jimmy Nelson, though, he is the man on the move right now.
Bart Stevenson coming up on Tracy Johnson. Oh, nice block pass for Stevenson. Pair of 250 Yamahas.
Stevenson's showing what he's made out of this year. You know, he's had two dismal seasons. Got some problems in the whoops. It's like a Kawasaki.
That's number 52, Matt Proch-Navy, who just pounded himself into those whoops. Tough break for him as we get back to Nelson on the inside. Takes care of Johnson and moves into third place.
A very aggressive pass for Jimmy Nelson. He's riding the wheels off that thing right now. A seemingly untouchable in this class, Evan Lothridge. I tell you, if Nelson had to start, he might be able to duel with Lothridge.
Dusty Klatt now getting around Donnie Wynant. That was our whole shot master, second 125 moto. Still hanging in there, Brian.
Oh, look at this. Kyle Beaton's coming up on Tracy Johnson.
Oh,
and he
nice
just outmaneuvers him. Johnson looked one way, Beaton went the other. Beautiful pass. Man, I tell you, I love that kid. Kyle Beaton, 15 years old, home track. We're going trackside. Held him.
All right, Big Ed. Last week we had sand, this week we had hard pack, and now rain. Nothing can stop this kid.
He's riding really good. He'd rather prefer the mud than the hard pack. He really
did you guys make any quick changes when it started coming down there just before the moto?
We put a mud front tire on, a Dunlop 756, and left the rear alone, and that's it.
Seems like it's working out.
Thank you.
Big Ed Gardner going for 3 championships in a row as we look at Jason Carletta down in the middle of the track, not looking so good.
He's wondering what to do. Is he going to walk off the track, pick up his bike? What? Moto winding down. Dusty Klatt now. He's put himself up into 9th place. Hell of a ride for Klatt after that first lap crash.
Getting by number 106, Tiger Lacey, who's having some difficulties in the second moto. Here we are. The battle for second is raging. Bart Stevenson holding off Jimmy Nelson as they come into the whoops. Nelson has been on a charge this whole moto ride.
He sure has, but Bart Stevenson, we got to give him the credit. He's holding him off at this point. Moto's winding down. Like I was trying to say earlier, Stevenson's been out almost 2 years with injuries. Here he is, making a name for himself. I really like it.
Loffridge on his final approach. That means that the other 2 lads were on their last lap. Loffridge is just seemingly untouchable out here. He's so in control.
There he is, a nice little whoop. And you know what? Loffridge finished that race with no goggles. A lot of the guys were in that same boat. But here it is. This is down to it. This is Stevenson and Nelson, Travis, coming into the last couple corners.
Left-hander, let's see the lines. I thought Nelson was going to have him on the outside, but no way. Bart holding his line and blocking. Lap away for sure. Stevenson is going to maintain second. A great finish for Bart Stevenson. Has to be happy with that.
That was a great race. Jimmy Nelson is going to win one yet.
Last week we had sand, you dominated. This weekend we got hard pack, in the first moto you dominated. Then the rain came and you dominated. Like, what's going to stop you?
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't say I dominated. Jimmy Nelson's really riding good out there that first moto, and unfortunately he went down. I think we would have had a good battle that last part of the race, but I don't know. I got about a 10th place start in that 125, and I actually almost went down in the start, and just worked my way up. And you know, I want to go 8 for 8. I'm 4 for 4 right now. 4 more main events, and I want to win them all.
Yeah, I'm sure again to like those 4 strokes. I don't think I'd go back to a 2-stroke after riding them. Yamaha's building such a good machine there. You build them, jet them, and race them.
Now, you're one of the youngest riders in the pro class, the 125s. You're just a small guy. How do you handle that big bike out there? Because you seem to ride it like a magician.
Yeah, thanks. We got the bike working great, the TBT suspension, Bridgestone tires are just hooking up great out there, and I just pin it.
The whole scene in Canada versus Europe, how do they compare?
The tracks are very different here. It's like the tracks have many 180 turns and stuff. You got to set up the bike different, and it's slower tracks here, more jumps, more Supercross style. So it's very different for me because back home we don't have these jumps. We just have flat out tracks everywhere.
Last photo of the day here from the Wastelands. Brian, CMRCRacing.com. Don't forget about that.
Up to the minute race results, television schedules, all kinds of neat updates and info.
Dangerous Dawn with the 34.25 as we focus back on the line. And the gate is down. Brian coming to that first corner. Who's going to get the MXP shot?
Marco Dubé, number 4, 450 Diablo Honda's teammates right behind him. Decker's right in there. Darcy Lange.
I saw Fisher up in the mix, and John Sebastian Waugh way back in the pack, so not a good start for him.
Be a good race for us to watch, keep our eyes on the Waugh. There's Dubé, he's got it. Decker right beside him, dueling it out. You know, Dubé's always overcoming injuries. I'd love to see a healthy Marco Dubé.
I would too, because that guy has the starts nailed. Every track, that guy's out in front at the beginning, just can't seem to hang on. So now we have Darcy Lange in 3rd place. Decker going wide again, but Marco's maintaining his line and staying in 1st place.
Dubé's only been on the bike a few weeks, so, I mean, I tell you, coming off injuries, he's had a nagging ankle. Look at Fisher! Fisher having a great day. That's quite consistent for him.
Marco Dorsnau with a great start. Again, Waugh way back in the pack as the boys funnel through the Export A lock-off cam. I love this rhythm section, though, Brian. You've been talking about it. Lines all over the place.
Yeah, all kinds of different combinations to take. Dubé looking strong. I tell you, style, that guy's got it. Look at him in the air. Great rider. But Decker and Lange, there they are. They were in our first moto. They got this track dialed. We'll see what Dubé can do. Look at that. Look at Dubé in those whoops. He's got a line that nobody else was taking in there.
Decker's been so consistent since the start of the series. In every moto that guy's up. Does Decker have him on the inside? Dubé. Oh, the switch over the bench. Oh, great pass from Decker. What a camera shot.
That was Decker just shoved the wine. The thing about Dubé is he's riding to preserve his energy and to preserve his body. He's not riding at 110%, so he's always looking for the smooth line. Great battle raging here, Travis.
David Huffman with a terrible start, working his way right now on Dusty Klatt, who's been very impressive in the 250 class. Back in the pack underneath the bridge. Some great lines coming underneath that bridge, Brian. Looks like an option as you come around the corner.
Those boys duking it out around 15th place as Huffman attacking Klatt on the outside. He's in the crouch a la Waugh and makes the pass, Travis.
Moving into 7th as we get back to our leader, number 100, Craig Decker, sort of massaging his way through those switchbacks on the inside. Lange in 2nd place. Waugh now moving up on Craig Schnell. Finally, Schnell gets a good start.
Ooh, and Waugh looks like he's... Oh, I thought he had Schnell there. Schnell, number 109, Riverside Yamaha pilot, doing a good job of holding off Waugh.
Yeah, Riverside Yamaha brings Schnell up from the States. Kind of a big name in the Supercross series. We're going to see how he holds out in the outdoors. He's got Waugh right on his heels right now. Opposite lines coming in. We talked about this, Brian. Waugh on the outside. Schnell looks to block a little as they enter into the FMF whoops.
This is Waugh's element right here, and he shows he jumps so much further into the whoops. Sneaks right past Schnell in that crouch. Rory Sullivan down. Look at these guys. They're just trying to get back on the bikes.
Howie Spencer with the bike on the bottom. They're riding for Whole Shot Honda. As we get back to our leader again through that section. Lange is catching up, Ryan. He's catching up.
You listen to Decker. He just rolls it. Lange just pins it. We get back to Huffman passing Derek Fisher, 5th place. And there's Lothridge again on Fisher.
Okay, so Fisher and Lothridge trying to find each other. Oh, it looks like Fisher's got a problem with Waugh coming up behind him.
Fisher, man, oh man, he was cringing and slowed right down. We'll have to get a report on him. Doug DeHaan now. Shoot, he's got Huffman all over him coming into the FMF whoops.
There's that approach into those whoops. Oh, Huffy just about loses it through there. Remember, Brian, we had a lot of rain in between those two motos. It's still slick out there. Look at this shot, Brian. Oh, Huffman on the gas.
That's fourth gear on the gas. The camera never really shows the actual speed. I'm telling you, they are just flying through.
Oh, Sullivan back on it with Taylor and LaPointe through the sweeper, Brian.
Great battles throughout this race. Here's another one with DeHaan. He's under pressure big time from Blackfoot boys. Look at Waugh on the inside. Huffman takes the advantage still on Waugh. Dougie D loses 2 spots in one corner. Man, I love this shot.
Well, I love this shot too, but I also like to see those guys beside each other because the riding styles are so different. Huffman big and tall, squared it up. Waugh like the panther, like the cat.
Yeah, he is like a Black Panther in that crouch. And look who it is. It is Waugh ahead of Huffman. Coming up, another one of these step-ups. Great shot on this track. You can just see it drying out, just mint.
Brian, this track has great flow, great jumps, high bank corners. I love the way they weave. Waugh up to 4th now.
Yeah, David Huffman right there. They've got Dubé in their radar screen now. You can see Lothridge. He's behind DeHaan just a little ways back. Waugh there in the crouch. Teammates, CR250s. Dubé, I feel sorry for you, brother.
Well, it's just like last year when we saw Blair Morgan and John Sebastian Waugh going head-to-head on the same equipment. Huffman on the inside. Oh, nice approach from Waugh. Every time we see those whoops, Brian, we talk about the approach. That time it worked for Waugh to do the slingshot in.
Waugh jumps a good whoop or two further than everybody on the field, Huffman included. Just flies through there. Oh, look at this.
Oh, Lange just about lost it.
You can really feel the speed there, and you can feel the vibrations of that 450 just right by.
Well, we talked about Dubé in the radar screen. Now Waugh goes on the inside. You're right. Dubé is so tentative. Here comes the rain, Brian.
Oh, the rain again. Let's see if Dubé can make that 450 hook up. FMF power cam shows Darcy dogging Decker. That's real time. They're a split second behind each other.
Back to the FMF whoops again. Huffman now, does he have Dubé? Yes, he does. Dubé bobbled a little bit coming out. Huffman on the inside. Again, that body position so awesome with David Huffman.
There's JSR in stocking mode again on Darcy. And look at the rain just teeming down.
Oh, it's coming down in a big way. Waugh looks like he's cutting in on the inside. Check back. Does he have a nice block pass? Lange left the door open there, fella.
Waugh just forced his way through on the inside. The track with all these 180s. The rider never knows really what to do, but when you're under pressure, you always have to hold the inside. And Darcy's left that open to Waugh. Waugh moves into second. Darcy's still in a podium position.
Blackfoot Honda's Huffman in 4th place through the whoops, looking pretty good. Now we're back with Diablo's DeHaan. He's got Klatt right on his heels. Lapper, Gregoire, as they just rolled through that number 4 rhythm section. Back to the leaders. Waugh has caught up to Decker. Decker goes wide. Waugh on the inside with a little bit of a power slide. Coming into that special corner that Lange likes so much. Waugh on the inside. Does he have him? Oh, Brian, this is for the lead. Waugh takes it. Great pass on the inside.
John Sebastian Waugh holds his line through the middle. Same way he kind of passed Darcy. Let Decker go wide. Waugh's so smart. He watches every move of the guy in front of him. Here it is in the reverse angle. Look at that crouch. Oh, he is in stocking mode. Here he is. Slides himself under Decker. Decker preferring the high line on the 450. Waugh just finding traction where no one else can, it seems.
And that was a beautiful angle of that pass to see Waugh cut in on the inside to the FMF whoops. Darcy Lange goggleless at the moment. We get back. Oh, look at this. Decker must have fallen off. Lange is in second place.
Yes. I just had a report. Decker stalled his pipe. It's Darcy into a solid second in front of his hometown crowd. It's going to do tons for his confidence.
Danny Beckett Jr. on Riverside Yamaha getting the last lap flag. That puts John Sebastian Waugh, the champ, on his final approach, going for the clean sweep. That's back-to-back rounds. All the victories that you can have.
Waugh deserved it wholeheartedly here. He had a poor start, battled the roost, the mud, the rain, passed everyone to win it. Second moto in Nanaimo, JSR, clean sweep.